And so, for all my issues with Odell, as strongly as I believe he has been way overrated and often more trouble than he's worth, I have begun to campaign on Undisputed for Jerry Jones to plunge and sign Odell. Understand, I don't know Odell, other than occasionally sparring back and forth with him on social media. But I do know a lot of people who do know Odell very well. And I do believe his heart has always been in the right place. I think he has a big, basically good heart, but that his head has occasionally strayed. The truth is, my Cowboys right now need Odell. Not so much for what he can do for them on the field, but just in presence. NFL players, weirdly, are still just as much in awe of Odell as they were once upon a time of Deion Sanders, Michael Vick. Odell's in that same stratosphere, in awe. I believe my entire Cowboy locker room would leap to the conclusion that with Odell walking in that door, Super Bowl, here we come. If Jerry could land Odell, I believe that would send a message to my locker room that would be the ultimate message that this time Jerry means business. Big business, Super Bowl business. Obviously, signing with Dallas would make sense for Odell because, number one, CeeDee Lamb has emerged as the no doubt number one receiver. So Odell wouldn't have to worry about being the savior walking in the door the way he would in many other places, starting in Kansas City with no Tyreek. Obviously, CeeDee's now coming off his greatest game as a Cowboy, 150 yards receiving at Green Bay, albeit in that loss. But number two, I've said this from the start, Odell Beckham Jr. was born to play for the Dallas Cowboys, to play in the palace that is Dallas, to play in the NFL's Hollywood that is Dallas, home of America's team. Now, for that privilege, for that new great stage, Odell would need to give Jerry a little bit of America's team discount. But imagine the stage that the Dallas Cowboys would provide Odell. So he played in LA, played in New York. He just has to end his career in Dallas. It just makes too much sense. Again, his actual production to me is actually pretty irrelevant. If he did contribute the way he did finally in that playoff run for the Rams, that would just be gravy on that filet mignon. But the main reason to sign Odell is the psychological edge that he would provide. We got Odell and you don't. We got Micah and you don't. We got ultimate star power and you do not. Yet I have made it clear from the start that it's clear to me that Odell wants to ride the highest and hottest wave. I said that he's in the catbird seat position. Still don't know what catbird seat is, but I get what it means. But he's sitting in that catbird seat, scoping out the scene, seeing who takes off and who does not. Now my Cowboys, who did not take off at Lambeau, desperately need to win at Miami and versus the Giants in the quick turnaround on Thanksgiving to turn Odell's head back toward Dallas. You lose those two, you fall to 6-5, and you fall right out of the Odell sweepstakes. Jerry said the other day that he has to decide whether Odell would substantively improve the Cowboys' receiving core. I don't care about that. I just know that Jerry loves him some CeeDee Lamb to death. This was Jerry's pick. It was Jerry, again, embracing a Cowboy receiver or star like a son. And I believe he will always be far more fascinated by enamored of, ego-fueled by CD than Odell. But Jerry, I'm going to say it again. You need Odell as much for his name and his reputation as his current on-the-field value added at age 30. The players believe that Odell is a catalyst, a Super Bowl catalyst. They still believe he's a very big deal. So, Jerry, just send them a message. Just go ahead and do it. Send them Odell. I hope you enjoyed that video. You ready for more? Make sure you click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from the Skip Bayless Show. And don't forget to check out the full episode of the show wherever you get your podcasts by clicking the link in the description.